Hi guys, so I'm back again with my Christmas hat and my Christmas tree, and that means I've got the third video for my mini Christmas series, and in this video I'm gonna make this adorable little stocking, and this is like a lined stocking, fully lined stocking with a little hook, and basically this is just a super easy tutorial on how to make a lined stocking. It's pretty easy. You will need a sewing machine. You can sew by hand, but obviously it's going to take a very long time, so sewing it with a sewing machine is a lot quicker. But if you're not very good with a sewing machine, this is so easy and simple. As you can see, it is pink, which isn't very festive, but I'm obsessed with pink, so it's got to be pink. So this is the original pin that I was inspired by, and this pin actually takes you to a website or a blog, which I'll link below, which has the full tutorial of how to make this lined stocking, but I'm obviously going to tweak it a bit because this is Pinspired and I'm going to do it my way. So I have all my different fabrics here that I'm going to be making different stockings out of. As you can see, they're all pink because who doesn't want a pink stocking, obviously. And I've got some ribbons, and I've also got a pair of scissors, fabric scissors, because it's a lot easier to use fabric scissors. And then I've got some pink thread, and I'm going to be using a sewing machine to sew this, but if you want to do it by hand, you can do it by hand. Obviously it's going to take a hell of a lot longer. These two fabrics here are actually old t-shirts that I'm cutting up because they don't fit anymore. So you can use stuff like that and upcycle things and recycle fabrics. I've also got a roll of brown paper, which I've got dangerously close to my candle, which I'm going to be using to just kind of draw out a quick stocking template pattern. So I've got my template here, which is being an idiot and rolling up because the paper sucks. I might actually make this top bit a little longer when I cut it out of fabric, just so I can fold over like a little section at the top, obviously. And now I'm going to pick two fabrics. So I'll start off with these two fabrics here. We need to cut two pieces of these boot looking things out of each piece of fabric. So you need two, they need to be opposites. So obviously just put your two pieces of fabric together, lie them flat, cut the shape out, and then you've got two opposite pieces of fabric. When cutting this shape out, I actually added just underneath a centimetre seam allowance around the whole thing, and obviously, like I said, I made the top a bit longer because I wanted that to be folded over. So cut around it on all four pieces of fabric. So this is where it can get a bit tricky. We've got the two outer pieces. This is going to be on the outside. Obviously the two opposite pieces of fabric cut out, and the same pieces in the lining colour, which I've used my t-shirt, my pink t-shirt fabric. So first of all, we're going to take one lining piece and one outer piece and sew them together at the top. So if I just flip this lining piece over on top of the outer fabric, so the feet are facing the same direction, we're going to sew this top seam right sides together, just on these two pieces here. So obviously wrong sides facing out, right sides together, sew them at the top with a centimetre seam, and do the same with the second two pieces, but obviously you're going to be putting them together like that. You'll see more of an understanding of how that's going to work. So here I have my two pieces that are sewn together right sides together. So now you need to open both of these stockings out and place them right sides together again. So if we open this one out so the right side is facing up, and put that one on top of this one, and you can pin around the outer edge, but just leave a tiny gap here. If you look, here's the shape of the boot. This would be the outside of the boot. On the lining piece, which this is the lining piece, leave about, I'd say about 3 inches. Leave about 2.5 to 3 inches open. It'll become clear as to why we'll do that in a minute. Well, obviously it's because we're turning the fabric. We've got to turn it inside out obviously when we're sewing around this, but it's also because we're going to be fitting in a ribbon to hang this. So here is my stocking all sewed up with the last bit just left open. So now we've just got to use a pair of scissors and just snip around the really curved areas of the fabric, just to make it easier and neater, a neater edge when you actually turn this inside out. So now I'm going to turn this inside out through the really small hole that I've left. So this can be a bit tricky. So this is the shape you'll have. These will be the right side of the lining, right side of the stocking. You've just got this edge here that you need to now close up. So we're just going to fold it, and you can press that with an iron and just give it a bit of a top stitch, but this is where you want to add in your ribbon. So whatever ribbon you're using, I'm just going to use this ribbon. Just cut a little loop of it. Going to be popping it in there. When you top stitch this little loop is going to be sticking out. So this is what you'll be left with, and this was just top stitched with the ribbon in. You can give this a good press just to make it a lot flatter, but I'm just going to tuck this lining piece, just going to push it inside, all of it, push it inside the outside of the stocking. So now all of the lining is inside. And then with this top section, just fold the lip over a tiny bit, just so you can see that decorative edge of the lining, and so the ribbon just pops out the top. And then you can hang this up by the loop. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to see my last 2 videos, I'll link those below. And obviously stay tuned for the next few videos that I'm going to be putting up. I'm hoping to put a video up every Monday and every Friday. So comment, rate and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.